Okay, so I'm going to plug this baby in here, and we're going to find out if it works still. It worked. I repaired it, so it. But like I said, when I picked it up from this one lady, this thing has been on airplanes going to D.C., Pittsburgh, Boston. This thing has traveled a lot over the years, and yeah, this computer is older than me. It's one of the last years, though, that the original Compaq Portable was produced. They had several submodels. This thing is so old, though, it doesn't even have a hard drive. Again, you have to boot off of a floppy disk. It's one of the first, it is the, I believe, first fully IBM PC compatible computer. And it's a really nice unit. So, I'm just going to unplug this real quick, just temporarily. So the weird thing about this computer is that it has AC power going to the fan, which is common for computers of this era, apparently. I guess they thought that was cool to do that. Like I said, I had to take all this stuff apart. The floppy disk in here is currently the boot disk. DOS 3.2, 1987. Yeah, it's weird. Most 5 1/4 inch floppy drives generally have problems, but these older ones, like the full height ones, tend to be a little bit more reliable in my opinion. Like I said, this is kind of like my first video I'm going to be posting of an old computer, so without further ado, I'm just going to switch this on, and hopefully I won't get electrocuted or blown up. Okay. I believe the brightness is all up on this thing, and I will demonstrate a game, by the way, too, in a minute here. Yep, here we go. It had a memory error too. Like one of the RAM memory chips was actually bad. This thing has a expansion board that expanded the memory to a whopping 384 kilobytes instead of the standard, was it 256 or 128K? I can't remember. I'm kind of foggy headed today. So it's going to halt for a minute and wait just to check everything. It will react in a minute. This thing's a little slow. It's an Intel 8088. 4.77 megahertz standard fare. Oh, man, I love that sound. I mean, that's the sound of serious work. Date is January 1st, 1980. No, it is not. Although you would kind of guess that with how high inflation is these days. You would kind of think it's 1980, but it's not. It's indeed not. It's April 11th, 2022. You know, I just figured with all the recent events going on, I figured we'd bring out a computer that kind of harkens back to the era of Russian aggression and high inflation. So we're going to type in a date here. I don't know. Is this thing Y2K compliant? I don't know. Enter new time.